So we're going to go over how to get up into the Prying Goblet squat and how you can load it using a kettlebell. If you don't have a kettlebell, you can always opt to use a dumbbell or whatever weights you have around. Right. So this is going to be a little bit different than your traditional either air squats or even back squat versions that you've seen. To do a Prying Goblet squat, we got to make sure we get in the right foot position. So the way I like to do this is like I have everyone stand with their feet together first. You're going to open out into a V position, otherwise known as first position, right? Stay on the toes as you move the back heels into a parallel position. For some people, hanging out in this position can be a little strange, but I promise you this is going to be our most stable baseline position that we'll refer to over and over again. In this position, you should be able to open up those toes, grip them down to the floor, and create some space in between the legs. This is going to be important as we go into the actual Prying Goblet squat. From here, you can either choose to put your hands in front, but I would practice by imagining you're simulating a weight or holding a weight in this front rack position, forearms vertical, nice strong grip strength. From here, we're going to break at the hips, bend at the knees, and you're going to get as low as possible while keeping that chest high. If I had a logo on my shirt, you would want to be able to see the shirt logo. With my forearms vertical, I need to be able to keep my shoulders back. From here, I want to try and get the outside of my elbows towards the inside of my knees. From here, then I want to see if I can get my knees and pry them open a little bit wider. And see if I can get a little bit lower. And we'll come back up. Very hard and difficult position to get into. So, if you're able to do that with a good amount of range of motion, not too much discomfort, then we can go ahead and try and load it up. Otherwise, I would practice this body weight first, or experiment with maybe a little bit wider of a stance so you're able to kind of feel the hips a little bit more as you go down. So let's talk about how we would actually load this up with a kettlebell or some sort of weight. So I'm going to use this 35 to demonstrate. So very similar to how we would get into our any type of like clean or march. We want to be able to step into the bell, align with the handlebars. I'm going to reach for the kettlebell. Nice broad shoulders, pre-tension at the hips. We're going to clean it forward. Again, this is where keeping those vertical forearms really come into play. We're going to squat down as low as we can go. From here, let's see if we can get those elbows towards the knees. I'm going to try and tuck my hip under myself even more to get more upright. See if I can pry those knees apart further. So they have to go away from my elbows. From here, I can slowly set the bell down and stand back up. And that would be one repetition of the Prying Goblet squat.